Right now on Good Morning Northwest, the Washington State legislative session is all wrapped up. We'll give you details from the 2024 session coming up. And the city of Prosser is still searching for a permanent location for City Hall and the police department. We'll hear from Mayor Gary Vieger on the process. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It's 5 a.m. on Friday, March 8th. Let's start by checking in on your weather this morning with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. And Tiffany, it's chilly in here, it's chilly out there. What else can we expect?
It's chilly everywhere. It's actually pretty cold out there, we should say that, because temperatures are down in the 20s all across the Columbia Basin. We're taking a live look out of our Legends Casino Hotel Skycam this morning in Richland. Our sunrise, 6:21, and we need that sun to come up ASAP because look at these numbers. We are in the 20s. Area-wide, 22 in Tri-Cities, 22 in Hermiston, 27 in Prosser, 26 in Yakima, and 25 at Hanford with Walla Walla at 30 degrees. We do have some mid and high clouds streaming in from the north and west, so those will be pushing into Yakima by 8 o'clock. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds in Yakima, highs in the lower 50s today. Tri-Cities, plenty of sunshine this morning, and then we'll see increasing high-level clouds this afternoon, 56, not bad. Walla Walla, lots of sunshine to start off the day. A few clouds later today with highs around 55 degrees. If you have any outdoor plans this weekend, we can expect some periods of rain. We'll time it all out for you and look ahead to a nice warm-up we're expecting next week coming up. Jessica, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Well, the 2024 Washington State legislative session was just 60 days from start to finish. Apple Valley News Now's Alyssa Warner says lawmakers still had a lot to consider in that shortened time frame.
From school bonds and school buses to artificial intelligence and public drug use, the start of the legislative session is always full of possibility. 2 months later, a much smaller list of bills has made it through scrutiny in the legislature and over to the governor's desk.
After it passed the House unanimously, it went to the Senate and the bill basically was gutted.
A proposal to require neighborhoods to allow small cafes and grocery stores didn't make it all the way. Senate lawmakers changed the bill to recommend that those cafes be allowed, and even that version didn't advance in the end. A bill that would limit how much landlords can increase your monthly payments at a time also passed the House, but stalled in the Senate. There have been instances where it takes years of work bringing bills back again and again to get a new law passed, so we could still see these changes, or something like them, sometime down the road.
This bill is too important not to be made into a law.
One bill that didn't need years of work to win support was the Richard Lenhart Act, named after a Pasco school bus driver fatally injured by someone who broke onto his bus in front of children on their way home. If the governor signs it, this law will make it a felony to trespass on a school bus.
It wasn't until the tragic murder of Mr. Lenhart that we learned that the trespassing laws that protect our school grounds and our public school buildings are not extended to the public school buses.
Asking voters for the money to build and repair schools could still be a struggle. A proposal to amend the state constitution so that school bonds could pass with a simple majority, 51%, rather than a supermajority, 60%, didn't go anywhere this year. Artificial intelligence has been a big concern in 2024. Lawmakers approved one bill to create a task force that will study potential risks and benefits of the technology, and another that bans fake pornography featuring real people, including images or video generated by AI. The governor has up to 20 days to sign or veto the bills. If he doesn't take action within the correct time frame, that bill automatically becomes law.
3 of 6 initiatives to the legislature were approved by lawmakers, which will take effect without any action. And that's from the governor. And the other 3 will show up on the general election ballots statewide in November. And the Prosser Police Department and City Hall are still searching for a permanent home, according to city officials. Prosser City Mayor Gary Vieger says the city and police department have been leasing both buildings from the county and port. He says that having a permanent residence for both is a must. And according to Mayor Vieger, the next step is to take a look at the county's study to see where would be the ideal location for City Hall and the police department. And Mayor Vieger says despite the slow moves, it doesn't distract the city from its #1 priority.
Our main goal is to provide the best services for Prosser, for the citizens of Prosser, and to keep the services located toward the center of town, where it's visible and accessible to all of Prosser.
Beeger says a set relocation spot will be found by the end of the year, and you can find our prior coverage on this story on AppleValleyNewsNow.com. The work to paint the Blue Bridge can have a negative effect on your daily commute, and Apple Valley News Now had the chance to speak with the WashDOT representative on how to avoid a needless accident. Tri-Cities drivers have reached out to us and said they've noticed a number of drivers not doing the zipper maneuver. According to WashDOT spokesperson Megan Lott, if used correctly, the zipper actually speeds up any backups by almost 40%. It also helps to prevent accidents.
There's also areas where traffic is going to have to merge. In particular, over the Blue Bridge, we have what's called a zipper merge, or some people call it a late merge. And basically what that is we will utilize 2 lanes until right at the merge point, and then that's when drivers will start moving into that open lane and then almost alternate traffic going back and forth. I think the problem that we're seeing is drivers think those drivers coming up right at that merge point are being rude and trying to cut them off, when actually that's what they're supposed to be doing. So drivers just really need to be aware that as drivers are coming up to that merge point, we're supposed to be alternating traffic as they move in, and that's kind of like a zipper almost.
The lane closures on the southbound side will continue Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. Lane closures will be added to the northbound side in the weeks to come. Another financial institution is setting up shop in the Tri-Cities. WaFd, a Seattle-based bank, celebrated the grand opening of its first Tri-Cities location yesterday afternoon. So it's located on Canal Street, just off of Edison. And according to CEO Brent Beardall, the decision wasn't a matter of why move to the Tri-Cities, rather, why didn't we come to the Tri-Cities sooner?
And it's somewhere where we've wanted to be for a long time. I always thought it would come to us through an acquisition. We've done about 20 acquisitions in our lifetimes, and it just never happened. And we finally said, enough. Let's get to Tri-Cities. So really happy to have our foothold here and can't wait to see how we can grow with Tri-Cities. There's a vibrancy here and we're excited to be part of it.
According to Beardall, yesterday's grand opening has been in the works for about a year and a half now. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, Washington continues to lead the way when it comes to reproductive freedoms, as Walla Walla has just installed an emergency contraception vending machine. And looking outside, very cold. The temperature is 22 degrees and feels like 16 degrees. But don't go anywhere. We will be back with more headlines right after this.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
Is your closet cramped and cluttered? Well, now there's Space Triangles, the clever new hanging device that fits over any hanger to save you closet space in seconds. And now may be your last chance to get them for a low price. Now you can vertically hang multiple items, guaranteeing that you'll have up to 70% more space in your closet. Your closet can go from messy to marvelous in no time with ease. The ingenious slip-over design secures the hangers vertically. It snugly fits all types of hangers to save you space. Order now to get an 18-piece set of Space Triangles for just $9.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get Space Triangles at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 closet pack per order while supplies last. Once they're gone forever. Order now.
Call 1-800-587-3514. Call or visit spacetriangles.com. So call 1-800-587-3514 now.
A hike with a view of the Palouse.
About 9 miles north of Pullman.
There's nothing like it for miles around.
They can hike to the ridge from the parking lot and back in about a half an hour.
Kamiak Butte on Fly the Northwest. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
you were nominated for Volunteers Count, and you won, and you've got yourself a $1,000 donation from STCU.
For a small organization like us, that is not an insignificant amount of money.
I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person, so when I do get the recognition for the stuff that I do, it's like very rewarding.
She was just the perfect person.
STCU Volunteers Count honors volunteers in our communities. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Life is a whirlwind. I wish I could swim. When there's disaster to deal with, who are we?
911, what's your emergency?
Let's go, let's go! That's it! Go back, go back, go back!
I'm right here with you.
Want free college or career training? It's possible. Go to waggrant.org.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your health news, Walla Walla has gotten a vending machine meant to increase access to emergency contraception. The latest location in Eastern Washington, Planned Parenthood, has 7 other vending machines for morning after pills. Emily Anderson, the community outreach manager of Greater Washington and North Idaho, says giving the community accessible options is important.
We are of the opinion that all of your healthcare options should be as accessible as humanly possible, and so this just made sense to us. Back in 2018, someone in our leadership got wind that college campuses were doing this, and we thought we should try it as well. And this is our 8th machine, so it's going pretty well.
Anderson says their goal is to install vending machines in the last 3 locations by the end of this year. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, last night's Crystal Apple Awards honored some of the best educators in our region. Our very own Riley Fitzgerald gives us all the details when we come back. And looking outside, temperature is 22 degrees out there, very cold. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more details in that first alertful forecast. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is celebrating 29 years with a $150,000 anniversary Jeep giveaway. Beep beep, win a Jeep for $20,000 cash. Play with your Club Wildcard to earn entries every day, or download our mobile app. Play the game and win bonus Jeep entries. Play with your Club Wildcard to earn entries and win up to $1,600 every Friday and Saturday. Then drive off in a new Jeep Wrangler or take home $20,000 cash on Saturday, March 30. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often. Celebrating 29 years.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Yeah.
Use this app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow. Still have 5G here, too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working. Hey, thanks for the lift.
Test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
The news you care about most is news that happens close to home.
At Apple Valley News Now, our coverage focuses on Yakima, Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, and all areas from the Blues to the Cascades.
Families, schools, safety, plus so much more.
We got it covered. Plus, we'll tell you what's on the way and how it will affect you and your family.
On air, online, and mobile.
We're Apple Valley News Now, and we're on your side.
We're on your side.
We're Apple Valley News Now, always on your side.
To see if you qualify for Hanford worker compensation, please call Smart Law for a free consultation at 1-877-630-1122. Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses, including neurological, respiratory and heart conditions, cancers, and beryllium-related disorders. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Call Smart Law at 1-877-630-1122 for Hanford worker compensation. Smart Law in Yakima and Tri-Cities.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Dog cat.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
All in the Family, Sunday night at 8 on MeTV for Yakima and the Tri-Cities.
It's Live's free Oscar show with Marcia Gay Harden, and Jeopardy's Ken Jennings hosts Oscars trivia. And Monday, it's Live's After the Oscar show.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
A view of the Palouse like no other. Fly the Northwest Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. We made it to the end of the work week, and it's a cold start on this Friday morning. The official sunrise here in Richland, 6:21. And the sunset getting closer and closer to 6 o'clock. But that'll all change this weekend with the time change. Now, I want to let you know that many of you should be able to view Venus, Mars, and the moon low in the southeast sky this morning. The time you want to target to take a peek outside will be 5:45, so it's about 30 minutes before the sun rises. You can't go out any earlier than that. So say 5:45 to 6 o'clock, Venus, Mars, and the waning crescent moon will be in a triangle just above the horizon. So some of you may be able to check that out this morning. We're mainly clear out there. However, we do have some higher clouds moving into some of our westernmost communities. Right now we're at 22 in the Tri-Cities, 25 at Hanford, 26 in Yakima, 23 Ellensburg, 30 degrees in Walla Walla. There's a slight breeze this morning. It's not strong whatsoever, but any sort of breeze when temperatures are this low will produce wind chills even lower. So wind chills or feels like temperatures in the teens for many of us, feels like 16 in the Tri-Cities, feels like 14 in Hermiston, feels like 16 in Yakima. So be sure to bundle up this morning. We're still under the influence of this area of high pressure, but it is starting to shift off to the east. So we're dry today, but you can see our next storm system quickly approaching the coast as showers have already moved into portions of western Washington at this time. So here's the play-by-play. Hour by hour, these mid and high level clouds will be increasing today. We'll still see plenty of sunshine. It'll just look a bit filtered out this afternoon. High temperatures later on will top out in the middle 50s. Not bad for this time of year. That's actually right around average. 56 for your high in the Tri-Cities, 55 Walla Walla, 53 in Toppenish, 57 Hermiston, and 52 in Yakima. We should finally break those 40s that we've seen all week in Yakima. As we take you into tonight, those clouds thicken, they lower a bit, but we're going to be dry. If you have any Friday night plans, temperatures will be dropping down into the 30s thanks to the clouds. That'll keep temperatures a little bit warmer than the 20s we've been seeing. So low and middle 30s out that tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow morning, notice how the showers start to push in to the Yakima Valley as early as 8 o'clock. And we'll start to see that rain overspread the region by 9, 10 o'clock. And this is just going to be light rain out there. So periods of light rain continue through the mid-afternoon hours, and then we're looking drier as we take into Saturday night. But then late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, notice how the light rain returns. The Blues and the Cascades will likely pick up several more inches of snow, and then we'll just see scattered showers on and off throughout the day on Sunday. So it's not going to be a total washout of a weekend, but there will be periods of rain. I know, bad timing with the weekend being here. And we will be warming up despite the rain. So 54 tomorrow, 58 on Sunday. We're going to break in the action on Monday before another good chance for rain on Tuesday. And look at Wednesday, Thursday, a nice warm up. We have highs around 60 by the end of next week. 52 today in Yakima, lower 50s this week. Remember that clock indicating that we do spring forward. We lose that hour of sleep. 55 today in Walla Walla. That'll be nice after the 40s over the past couple of days. And then those rain chances going up Saturday and Sunday. Same for Hermiston, mid to upper 50s this weekend. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And the Educational Service District 123's annual Crystal Apple Awards took place last night. Our very own Riley Fitzgerald was at the event, and she joins us live now in studio. Good morning, Riley. So how was this event?
Good morning, Jessica. It was great. It's not often there's this many people from this many school districts all in the same place. A Crystal Apple goes to an educator who, beyond just being an excellent teacher, has made an impact that has gone beyond past their classroom alone. 9 educators were celebrated with a Crystal Apple Award, each presented by superintendents from their respective districts. Let's take a look at the events from last night.
Our students know that Mr. Alley teaches from the heart and cares about them, believes in them, and he is their #1 supporter.
Her unwavering dedication, tireless work ethic, and genuine passion for teaching serves as a guiding light for all who have the privilege of knowing her.
But Oscar, truly, he's one of those great teachers that doesn't know he's great. If you walk in his room, he is very humble, and it's like, Oscar, show the staff that. You know, that's just what I do. But he's a great teacher.
He says that you have a unique ability to inspire and engage students by creating an atmosphere where learning is not only informative, but transformative.
James is the epitome of an educator who leads by example, demonstrating compassion and integrity in all that he does. He instills in his students a love for music, a respect for teamwork, a respect for hard work, and a passion for excellence that will serve them well beyond their time in choir.
Mrs. Copel's classroom is a place where learning is not only challenging, but also enjoyable. A place where students feel empowered to explore, create, and discover the wonders of the world around them.
When you walk in and you can see students who are served in special programs in our district, students who are learning English as a second language, and they're sitting right alongside highly advanced students, and they all can demonstrate learning of the topic at hand. That's a gift.
So Davina's passion for teaching is rooted in her love for children. Viewing herself not only as an educator but also a role model, she strives to instill morals and values and sets and elevates expectations for students to reach greater heights.
This is the kind of teacher that closes gaps for kids. Now, as adults, we often reflect on our K-12 educational experiences, cherishing the memories of teachers who made a lasting impact. My own son is a graduating senior this year, and he had Mrs. Watkins as a 5th grade student. I have no doubt that he will look back on his time spent in Hannah's class with fondness and gratitude for having such an exceptional teacher.
This event celebrated educators who have made a positive impact on the students they meet. Now, after last night, there are 281 local educators with a Crystal Apple. In studio, I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Jessica, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. And you may be in for quite the sight at the Columbia Center Mall in Kennewick this weekend. ASMID Columbia Science and Engineering Fair is now underway. Mallgoers can check out each student's original exhibits for the fair's 69th annual year, and the competition is open to any students enrolled in grades 6 through 12 at any public, private, or homeschool in the Mid-Columbia region of Washington.
The project is actually kind of super cool. So I was studying the brain waves during students watching videos and learning, and then answering questions to the video, and basically I studied the brainwaves and what they were doing when they were watching these videos. It's actually really cool because I studied also what form of note-taking was happening during these videos and best helped students get the most accurate results and watch the brainwaves and what they were doing when the answers showed up.
I'm a biology teacher at Southridge High School, and it is my immense pleasure to share that Mid-Columbia Science Fair has been offering this opportunity to our students for decades now.
An award ceremony for the fair will be at the Chief Joseph Middle School auditorium tomorrow, March 9th, starting at 1 p.m. When we return, medical experts have said the national blood supply is reaching critically low levels, and one man in Wisconsin is doing his part to help, donating over 175 gallons of blood over the last 30 years.
Mr. Box, I had this idea.
Is it giving people lots of great food for $6 and letting them choose between 2 delicious sandwiches? Great idea, Devin. Run with it.
Well.
And you run and get my $6 Jack Pack.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Don't miss the Oscars, live Sunday at a new time, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, with special performances by Billie Eilish, Ryan Gosling, John Baptiste, and more. Jimmy Kimmel hosts the Oscars, live Sunday on ABC.
Listen up. You've got 4 days and 4 days only to save like never before during the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. You'll also find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, dining tables and chairs, bedrooms, and much, much more. Plus, get 4 years no-interest financing. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
At Goodwill, we're more than just a store. We believe in the power of community. Our devoted team of employees, working hand in hand with local business partners, unite to create opportunities for all. Within Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is a free walk-in job search assistance program that assists job seekers in crafting resumes, preparing for interviews, and grants access to community resources and information. We're not just building careers, we're building bridges that strengthen our community. Goodwill, where your purchases and donations transform your community.
Here are some frequently asked questions we get about Dial-A-Ride services. Is Dial-A-Ride going away? No, it is not. All Dial-A-Ride services to Tri-Cities, Benton City, and Prosser is exactly the same. Are drivers being laid off? No. If you qualify for Dial-A-Ride or want to find out if you qualify for Dial-A-Ride services, call 509-735-0160 or visit bft.org to learn more.
Oh, hey, Jack, going up?
Actually, no, Justine. My famous 2 tacos are still just 99 cents when you order on the Jack app or online. Could you press 6, please? I'm going up. Get my famous 2 tacos for just 99 cents, only on the Jack app or online.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Welcome back. One man in Green Bay, Wisconsin has been a literal lifesaver for decades. Meet Bill Warzigers. His friends call him Waz. He's been rolling up his sleeves to donate blood for more than 30 years. Waz has made more than 700 donations and contributed the equivalent of 175 gallons of blood to patients in need. When he donates, he often takes a handmade quilt that's patched together by different t-shirts that he's collected from all the blood drives he's participated in. Warziger says it's a pleasure to give blood, and he encourages those who can to do the same.
It's a product that can't be manufactured anywhere else except the human body. So it's a pleasure to come here and do this. Giving blood's not for everyone, but those people who have the opportunity to do it probably should come in and give it a try.
According to the American Red Cross, every 2 seconds, somebody in the U.S. needs blood and/or platelets. And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, yesterday was the State of the Union, and President Biden emphasized his support of abortion rights and pledged to make them the law of the land if Americans voted in enough Democratic lawmakers to do so. Also, a bill that calls for TikTok to dump its Chinese-linked parent company could result in the social media app being banned in the U.S.
In today's Tech Bites, Congress takes aim at TikTok. Amid national security fears, a House committee has unanimously approved a measure with the goal of getting TikTok to sever ties with its Chinese-based owner. Otherwise, the app could face a nationwide ban. The parent company of Max says it's joining a slew of other streaming services that are cracking down on password sharing. Max will begin informing subscribers about its new policy in the coming months and says it will roll out a plan for paid sharing next year. Finally, just days away from the Oscars, a big deal in the movie-making world. Nikon is acquiring camera maker Red, which is best known for its digital cinema cameras. Terms weren't disclosed. The deal comes less than a year after Red's patent infringement lawsuit against Nikon was dismissed. Now, personally, I failed photography in school. Turns out I just couldn't focus. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
When I have pain from arthritis, I grab BioFreeze. Unlike Voltaren, BioFreeze provides fast-acting relief. I can apply it to more areas of my body, and it's NSAID-free. Cool the pain, so I can get back on the court.
It's Macy's Star Money Bonus Days. Star Rewards members earn Star Money even faster on updates for every day and everywhere life takes you. Not a member yet? Join Macy's Star Rewards today.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, President Biden used his State of the Union address yesterday to launch a series of fiery attacks against former President Donald Trump while touting his administration's successes. And the U.S. House of Representatives will fast-track a vote next week on legislation that could possibly ban popular video sharing platform TikTok. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5:31 on Friday, March 8th. We finally made it. Let's check in now on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, it's very cold out there. Are we going to get it warmer anytime soon, hopefully?
We are going to see warmer conditions this afternoon, and then we'll continue to warm up this weekend despite our rain chances increasing. So unfortunately, this weekend not going to be nearly as pretty as it has been the past couple of days with all the sun. We're taking a live look at our Legends Casino Hotel Skycam here. Official sunrise in the Tri-Cities, 6:21 this morning. No visibility issues as you head off to work early on this Friday morning, but it is certainly cold out there, so you will need the heat cranking in the car, the seat warmers as well. 22 in Tri-Cities, it's 24 at Hanford, 25 Toppenish, 26 in Yakima, 22 Hermiston, and 30 degrees in Walla Walla. Here's the out-the-door forecast. Grab the heavy winter coat along with the scarf and the gloves and the sunglasses as well, because we will warm up nicely this afternoon with plenty of sunshine. So this morning, 20s, no visibility issues expected. Temperatures in the middle 50s later on today under partly cloudy skies. So your morning and evening commute will be free of any weather problems. But rain moves back in this weekend. We'll let you know when, how much we could see, and we'll have your latest 7-day coming up. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And now on to President Biden's third State of the Union address, the speech filled with Democratic applause and Republican jeers with a slew of headline-making moments as he sought to make the case to the American people that he deserves a second term over his rival Donald Trump. ABC's Ike Jachi has more.
Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States.
President Biden wasting no time beginning his State of the Union speech by discussing the fight for democracy, going after Donald Trump, yet never mentioning him by name.
My predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th. I will not do that. You can't love your country only when you win.
The fiery and at times combative speech highlighting a wide range of issues, beginning most notably with women's reproductive rights. Biden delivering a message to Republicans and the Supreme Court justices in attendance.
My God, what freedom else would you take away? Clearly, those bragging about overturning Roe v. Wade have no clue about the power of women.
The president scolding Republicans for not passing his bipartisan border security bill.
This bill would save lives and bring order to the border.
Biden also touting his record on the economy.
15 million new jobs in just 3 years. Unemployment at 50-year lows. Wages keep going up, inflation keeps coming down.
and announcing an emergency military mission to build a port in Gaza, delivering food, water, medicine, and shelter.
For the leadership of Israel, I say this: humanitarian assistance cannot be a secondary consideration or a bargaining chip. Protecting and saving innocent lives has to be a priority.
Biden saying despite the many issues the country faces, he remains optimistic. After the speech, Republicans painting a different outlook.
The country we know and love seems to be slipping away, and it feels like the next generation will have fewer opportunities and less freedoms than we did.
President Biden did talk about his biggest vulnerability, his age, saying the issue facing our nation is not how old we are, it's how old our ideas are. Also, TikTok's time in the U.S. may be ticking away. Thursday, the House Energy and Commerce Committee voted to advance a bill that could ban the China-linked social media platform from all U.S. devices like phones and tablets. If the bill is enacted, TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, would have 165 days to sell the app. If ByteDance does not do that, the bill would make it illegal for TikTok to be available for download in app stores, and U.S. officials have repeatedly said Chinese intelligence laws make it possible for Beijing to collect user information data from ByteDance. And TikTok is already prohibited on government-owned devices. The American Civil Liberties Union says the bill would hinder free speech for Americans. Eastern Washington Representative and House Energy and Commerce Committee Chair Kathy McMorris Rogers had this to say.
The Chinese Communist Party pose the greatest national security threat to the United States of our time. With applications like TikTok, these countries are able to target, surveil, and manipulate Americans.
Lawmakers have expressed concern about TikTok, owned by the company ByteDance, and its relationship to the Chinese government. TikTok is urging its users to oppose the legislation. No update on when the full House could take up the measure. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, more consumers are using the buy now, pay later option available through some retail platforms, and experts say it's contributing to America's debt problem. Looking outside, temperature is still 22 degrees, but it feels like 16 degrees. Grab those very warm jackets. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more details about the weekend weather forecast. That is when we come back.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Ben Franklin Transit is hiring safety-oriented coach operators. Become a crucial part of the Tri-Cities community and provide a vital service to our riders. Get out from behind a desk and experience a workday that keeps you moving. Enjoy CDL training, comprehensive benefits, and generous paid time off. When you're driving for Ben Franklin Transit, you're part of a growing team of community-oriented professionals. Apply now to join the Ben Franklin Transit team.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade. I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular. Built for us.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it with Maverick.
Cure it with Maverick. Maverick cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Maverick stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Mavyret with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C, crush it with Mavyret.
Conquer it.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Mavyret.
Ask your doctor about Mavyret. AbbVie could help you save.
Next DT, our Gary Sinise exclusive. We're in Nashville for his first TV interview since losing his only son, Mac, to cancer.
Mac never gave up. He kept fighting, and I'm proud.
Next DT.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now. Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
In consumer news, buy now, pay later. You've probably noticed the option pop up while online shopping from the likes of Affirm, Klarna, and much more. But experts are saying that more and more Americans are opting for these services at checkout. But how is this affecting Americans who already have record high credit card debt? ABC's Rena Roy has the details.
When you go to make an online purchase these days, most sites offer a buy now, pay later option, which allows you to split up a purchase into 4 equal payments over time without interest.
If you are in a bind with regard to cash flow, you just want to space out payments in the moment, then you have an option to do that. If you're using it properly and you make all your payments on time, there aren't any additional fees.
But CNET Money's Nick Wolney says many consumers aren't using it properly, and it's contributing to America's debt problem.
The consumers who are more likely to use buy now, pay later already have student loans, already have auto loans, already have credit card debt. And so it's just compounding on this debt cycle that they're already in.
And now the next time you check your credit report, you might see a new open account if you've ever used Apple's buy now, pay later service. As of this month, the tech company is providing Experian with the Apple Pay Later loan information. Whether that's good or bad depends on your payment history.
So if you have a track record of paying on time using Apple Pay Later, that information is going to show up in your Experian credit report, and it could contribute to a positive result in your overall credit score. We anticipate that most buy now, pay later providers are going to start providing this information to credit bureaus in the coming months.
Bottom line,
there's a great quote from Jay-Z. He always said, if you can't afford to pay for it upfront twice, then you can't afford it. Getting really responsible and really honest with our own finances is going to be what's going to help us move forward.
Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And for the first time in a decade, there's been a decrease in U.S. consumer credit scores. FICO, an analytics company that determines borrower strength, says the national average score dropped from 718 in July to 717 in October. The last time this happened was in 2013, when the average FICO score fell 2 points to 690. Many economists say this 1-point dip isn't an economic red flag, but it can be seen as a sign that some U.S. households are feeling economic stress. Officials at FICO say it largely comes from missed payments and higher debt levels. Other factors include high interest rates and rises in the cost of living. Despite the latest data, FICO says scores are still above pre-pandemic levels. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're coming up on spring, which means it's about that time to start thinking about your garden. But with the drastic temperature changes, how could that affect your plants? We'll tell you how coming up. And looking outside, it's starting to get a little bit lighter, but it's still very cold. 22 degrees is the temperature, but it feels like 16. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona has that first alert full forecast. That is next.
ET and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. The $20 taste of KFC meal is 6 pieces of chicken and these 4 sides. Mashed potatoes and gravy, some of this, creamy this, and cheesy that. And don't forget the buttery biscuits. All that for 20 bucks. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Fred's helps you say goodbye to laundry woes with this Whirlpool top-load laundry set.
With a removable agitator, choose how you wash your clothes by easily swapping the agitator post in or out.
Save $400 on this highly rated top-load laundry set at Fred's Appliance.
Why stand around a box store looking for help? When you're in the market for a laundry set, you want selection and service.
Fred's experts are here to help. When Fred's advertises it, We've got it. Get your new appliance today.
Meet David Silva of Athena, Oregon.
You're doing something the others aren't doing.
He's an Apple Valley News Now viewer.
The folks, the faces that you have, they're friendly, they're easy to listen to.
And a Stacey Lee fan.
Stacey Lee covers the whole basin. It's nice to turn on the TV.
Good Friday evening to you.
And know that we're going to hear the weather at Walla Walla and Pendleton.
From the Blues to the Cascades. First Alert Weather with Stacey Lee.
She's there for all of us.
On your side.
You were nominated for Volunteers Count, and you won, and you've got yourself a $1,000 donation from STCU.
For a small organization like us, that is not an insignificant amount of money.
I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person, so when I do get the recognition for the stuff that I do, it's like very rewarding.
She was just the perfect person.
STCU Volunteers Count honors volunteers in our communities. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Life is a whirlwind. I wish I could swim. When there's disaster to deal with, who are we?
911, what's your emergency?
Let's go, let's go! That's it! Go back, go back, go back!
I'm right here with you.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Dog cat.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
All in the Family, Sunday night at 8 on MeTV for Yakima and the Tri-Cities.
It's Live's pre-Oscar show with Marcia Gay Harden, and Jeopardy's Ken Jennings hosts Oscars trivia. And Monday, it's Live's After the Oscar show.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The sky getting brighter and brighter outside this morning as we take a live look out of our Legends Casino Skycam in Richland. And we do have some mid and high level clouds starting to stream in from the west, and that'll be the case throughout the day today. It'll filter the sunshine out a little bit, but it'll still be a rather nice day. But you may be able to check out Venus, Mars, and the moon this morning. The time to check it out is really now through the next 10 to 15 minutes or so before the sky gets too bright from the sunrise. So Venus, Mars, and the waning crescent moon will form a triangle low in the southeast sky early this morning. So go take a peek outside and see if you can check that out. If you're going to take a peek outside, well, you're going to need to bundle up. Look at these numbers. We're in the 20s area wide, 22 in Tri-Cities, 22 in Hermiston, 28 in Pendleton, 26 in Prosser, and 26 degrees in Yakima. Here's the big picture. We're still under the influence of this high pressure, so today will be our last dry day. We already have showers moving into the northwestern portions of the state, and that will continue to work its way in our direction. Here's the weather pattern. That high pressure shifting east, so today we're dry, we're seasonable for this time of year, but tomorrow our first storm system will bring light rain starting during the mid-morning hours and continuing into the afternoon, and then we have a second system quickly moving in behind that one, and that'll bring periods of light rain on Sunday. So let's give you a closer look, letting you know what to expect. We are dry today. We'll see increasing mid and high level clouds filtering out that sunshine a bit, but overall it's going to be a pretty nice end to the work week. Temperatures topping out in the middle 50s. This is where we should be for this time of year. 56 in Tri-Cities. Foothills of the Blues finally making it into the middle 50s today, and 52 degrees for your high temperature in Yakima. Tonight, we'll stay dry. If you have any evening plans, we'll see those clouds increase and lower. Thanks to the cloud cover, it won't be quite as cold. No 20s out there. Tomorrow morning, we'll see low and middle 30s. We do have a wind advisory going into effect tonight, lasting through tomorrow for the foothills of the Blues. That does include Pendleton, where winds will be 25 to 35 miles per hour, gusting as high as 55 miles per hour at times. Keep that in mind if you're traveling along that route of I-84. As we take into the weekend, we have showers moving into the Yakima, Kittitas valleys as early as 8 o'clock in the morning, and then that rain overspreads the Columbia Basin by 9, 10 o'clock. This is very light rain. It's really not going to add up to much at all, and that light rain will persist through the mid-afternoon hours before we start to dry things out Saturday night. Into Sunday morning, we have more light rain developing, and Sunday we'll just see periods of light rain on and off throughout the day. It's not going to rain all day long at any one location Saturday and Sunday. So we're not looking at a washout of a weekend, but it will be wet at times. But at least it will be on the mild side. Temperatures actually rise despite those increasing rain chances. That clock indicating that we do spring forward. We lose that hour of sleep, unfortunately, this weekend. And then we have another good chance for rain on Tuesday before we dry things out. Yakima 52 today, a chance for showers on and off Saturday and Sunday. We get a break in the action Monday before rain chances move back in with another system Tuesday. Walla Walla finally in the 50s today. Better chances for rain Saturday and Sunday. Hermiston 57, and we'll keep that chance for rain in the forecast this weekend. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And with spring right around the corner, many of you might be thinking about your gardens, but climate change could impact what you choose to plant this year. ABC's chief climate correspondent, Ginger Z, has more.
Signs of spring are everywhere, which means many of us will be getting out and doing some gardening. But where you live impacts what you can grow more now than ever. The U.S. Department of Agriculture recently made changes to its plant hardiness zone map. It's that map designed by experts to help gardeners select the right plants based on their location.
It's been a tool that gardeners have used going back almost 100 years.
Scientist Todd Rounceville worked on the latest update, and he says that the map is largely based on the lowest temperature recorded each year, taken over an average of 30 years.
The extreme cold temperatures can really limit a plant's survival. It's a major limiting factor about where perennial plants can grow.
The data collected by Rounceville and his colleagues showed that the average minimum temperature across the U.S. increased about 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit since the last map was made just 12 years ago. And although the changes can't all be attributed solely to climate change, scientists suspect there is an association. For example, magnolias that are native to the southern states are now surviving the northeast winters.
It would only take one extreme cold winter to kill those, but they're doing much better. And in fact, they're actually recruiting in some natural areas, potentially because it's not getting to the cold extremes that would limit them in the past.
Rounceville says that the act of gardening goes a long way in positively affecting climate change by reducing the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, helping with stormwater mitigation, and passive cooling for buildings. With this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Z.
When we return on Good Morning Northwest, talk about a tough day on the job as a bird had a bone to pick with a reporter on location, dive bombing her over and over while on camera.
Next extra, Oppenheimer going for a sweep. Ryan Gosling all set to rock his Ken. Just hours till the Oscars.
We are on location with every last-minute detail.
And my ultimate fashion forecast.
Next extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
So we spend a third of our lives sleeping. Shouldn't we try to get the best sleep possible? That's why Denver Mattress is all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit Firm for only $299.99 or save $300 on any Telluride. Plus, 4 years no interest, no down payment, and free shipping. Improve your sleep life one night at a time. Only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,600 off on a new Daikin Fit system and thermostat when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Are you an experienced machinist? We have a job for you. Pasco Machine is hiring now. We offer generous wages, overtime, double time, full medical, paid holidays, and 4-day work schedule. Apply online today at pascomachine.com.
Washington's presidential primary is on March 12th.
Get ready to participate and make sure you have reliable information you can trust. Visit sos.wa.gov/elections to learn more about voting in the presidential primary and how your state and local election workers keep our elections secure. The vote starts with you.
Sponsored by the Office of the Secretary of State and aired in cooperation with the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's the Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's the Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's the Educated Cigar. At the Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Before you head for the slopes, catch the Apple Valley News Now Northwest Ski Report. It's on air during weather, online at applevalleyNewsNow.com or on our mobile app. The Northwest Ski Report from Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Schweitzer Mountain Resort in Sandpoint, Idaho. To help promote professional first aid training, Apple Valley News Now with Columbia Safety are giving you a chance to win a $500 gift card. To enter, click on contests at applevalleyNewsNow.com, and soon a $500 gift card could be yours.
World News Tonight with David Muir, twice each day. Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Here's your close to home forecast. It is cold out there this morning. We are starting off in the low and middle 20s, all thanks to a clear sky and light winds overnight. But since the air is extremely dry, we're going to warm up nicely this afternoon. And temperatures will be right around average for this time of year, which is nice. We haven't seen that all week long. So today we should top out around 53 in Toppenish, 52 in Yakima. Keep in mind, we've been in the 40s over the past couple of days. 47 in Ellensburg, 53 Sunnyside, Tri-Cities 56, 57 in Hermiston, 52 in Prosser. Hanford should make it up to 53. 55 Walla Walla, nice along the foothills of the Blues today with plenty of sunshine, some mid and high level clouds moving in late in the day. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. Now, instead of just reading headlines, her bosses say this reporter put her head on the line. Not that she had much choice when a bird started attacking her. CNN's Jeannie Moose explains.
Look at this.
Reporters are supposed to be able to wing it, but this was like something out of the birds. Okay, maybe not that extreme, but Australian reporter Ursula Hager was filing a report for 10 News First when she got dive-bombed over and over.
Involving a taxi fare on January the 30th last year in Twickenham, an area southwest of London. Now this allegedly...
Dive-bombed 9 times. Her own station called it impeccable journalism, while her cameraman said,
"That's the funniest thing."
Instead of doing this, Ursula did this.
Just stood there and took it.
At least she didn't get used as a landing strip by, say, a robin or a pet parrot.
One just landed on the umpire.
And Ursula didn't get her earbud plucked like this reporter in Chile.
Hoy en día se puede considerar.
Ironically, he was reporting on a rise in robberies. They did manage to get the earbud back from the parrot. The way Ursula handled the attack was a feather in her cap.
One of the most ridiculous moments of my life.
Could have been worse if she got pecked by a woodpecker. Jeannie Moose, CNN, New York.
Not stop laughing throughout that entire thing. If that ever happened to me, I would be screaming, freaking out. Oh, I could not. Well, coming up in our next hour of Good Morning Northwest, the Washington State legislative session is all wrapped up. We'll give you details from the 2024 session coming up. And the city of Prosser is still searching for a permanent location for City Hall as well as the police department. We'll hear from Mayor Gary Beeger on the process. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your cold full forecast. That is ahead. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest.